Welcome to Red Bandana Gaming, the channel where Logan will show you everything. From gameplay to gear, their crew is here to take you on a journey through every atmosphere. Releases to news, you don't have to choose. Red Bandana Gaming is here for you.
Hey everybody, Logan here, and today, again, we're sticking with that Xbox Week theme. This is a thing. So this article comes from VentureBeat. I don't really on VentureBeat. Not a big fan of their site. Not a big fan of Jeff Grubb. Is the one who wrote this article, but I'm not a big fan of them whatsoever. But when you look at some quotes and you're looking at what's being said, Phil Spencer wants the gaming industry to embrace legal emulation. What does that mean? Let's read on and I'll show you. I'm shocked. The article reads, like any creative medium, video game developers rely on a certain amount of riffing and other people's ideas. Riffing? I think that's riffing, right? But in order to evolve an existing concept, people need ways to easily access older works. Wow, okay, there we go. This is something that is more challenging in video games due to the nature of software and hardware compatibility, and Xbox boss Phil Spencer wants the industry to embrace emulation to solve that problem. Here we go. My hope, and I think I have to present it that way as of now, is an industry we'd work is as an industry, we'd work on legal emulation that allowed modern hardware to run any, within reason, older executable, allowing someone to play any game. And this was, he wrote that to Axios, which is another questionable site. This is something that Microsoft's gaming division is already doing with its software. The company's latest gaming hardware, the Xbox Series XS, can run many original Xbox 360. Okay. So, yeah. According to Spencer, emulation is valuable because it makes more of the history of gaming available to individuals. The thing is, yeah, it's like a good way to preserve history, but not how it's meant to be played. So if you take a look at say the N64 emulation on Switch, without the right controller, sometimes it just doesn't play right. So you could have an emulator for it, but if you don't have the way to play it the way it was originally intended, you're not going to get the same experience. You may go, oh, this game's crap, but because you're not playing with an N64 controller, you're playing it in a way it wasn't designed to be played, so you're not going to like it. So get rid of that garbage. I think we can learn from the history of how we got here through the creative, Spencer said, I love it in music, and I love it in movies and TV, and there's positive reasons for gaming to want to follow. Okay. I wonder if that statement can be cleared up, because when he says he loves in movies, like remakes, reboots, I hate them. They're trash. 90% of the time, it's trash. And so, I don't know. I find this very controversial, very I seem to like Phil Spencer for the most part as head of Xbox. Some of the things that Microsoft does is really cringy. Some of the things that they do as a company is very questionable. Morals are just terrible for half the things that they like to put out there. For that last what do you call it, they had it was just a cringe fest, and it was just, yeah, Microsoft really needs to check their morality at times and who they're trying to appease, I guess you could say. But as you guys may have known, I used to work for the company, and things change. Companies change depending on who they need to appease morally or financially. It's all about money, and stuff like this, I think, is a bad thing. I don't think emulation is a good thing. If you just want to, now if it's your own stuff, that's fine. Bring back games like Mech Assault or Brute Force, yeah, okay, bring back that stuff and allow us to play it. But legal emulation in terms of playing PS1 games on a new Xbox just because, someone said, yeah, okay, and it goes through a loophole. No, it's not meant to be played that way. I don't like PC people, these PC elitists, or whatever they want to call themselves, trying to say, oh, I can just play any game I want, but you're not playing it the right way. Just because you can play it doesn't mean... And then they go and talk crap about how bad it is, and I'm like, are you playing it with the correct PS1 controller? Are you playing it with the Nintendo 64, the GameCube controller? No, you're not. You're playing it with a stupid keyboard and mouse. You're playing with some generic hook crappy doodly controller that you bought off Amazon. No. Some people play it with the Xbox controller. Still not the right controller. So, I don't know. I think this is a very bad thing. This is my personal opinion. I know I'm going to get a lot of thumbs down on because people like this. They like to steal games. They like emulation. They like stuff that isn't legit. A lot of people who do that, I also think, have sketchy morals as well. Okay, games are getting more expensive, but go back and play them on the hardware they're meant to be played, and then people won't complain. I was going to say something else, but they won't complain because more often than not I hear, oh, that game's bad. I tried to play it with bad. What'd you play it on? I emulated it on PC because you're a dummy. The game's not bad. The game's fantastic, and I hear it with all kinds of games, PS1 games specifically. N64 games a lot, but people just so no, this shouldn't be done. Buy the original hardware, or even go as far as the mini consoles. For example, when Nintendo and Sony both put out the mini consoles, yeah, the PlayStation 1 might have not been the best possible way to do it. They could have done it a little better, but hey, you're playing it with the right controller. I don't know. I just, this is my take. Yeah, it might be a hot take. I think this is a very bad thing. I think Phil is very wrong here. I don't think legal emulation, I don't think they should embrace it unless it's your own IPs and you want to rework it to run on modern hardware with modern controllers. I hate saying this, but like the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition, which I have not done a review on. It's just, yeah, I got it on the Switch, but we'll talk about that another time. So, yeah, if you want to do something more like that, update the controls, update the gameplay, update stuff like that so it works on modern hardware with modern controllers, that's a different story. But if we're talking about just taking the original Crash Bandicoot or Mario 64 and slapping it on Xbox or PlayStation 5 hardware or Switch hardware without fixing the controls or taking the controller into consideration, it's a dumb idea. It's a bad thing to do. It disrespects the original game. Just like, this idea, I think it disrespects, gaming in general, in the gaming history. But hey, that's just me. This is me rambling on about this. So see, I know you guys out there think I'm a big Xbox fanboy. I love the Xbox, but I'm not a big fan of bad opinions or opinions that I don't agree with. I'm gonna throw it out there, even if it is by Microsoft or Nintendo or whatnot. There's a lot of opinions like Microsoft. Again, I keep saying Microsoft as a company, I no longer agree with how they're run. I don't agree with a lot of their marketing. I don't agree with their morals. But then Same thing goes with Amazon and Google. I don't agree with a lot of them, and I think their morality and the way they run things, and they're very immoral and bad companies when it comes to working for it. And they all make good decisions, but they also make a lot of bad decisions. And hey, I think legal emulation is a bad decision. But hey, that's just me. And yeah, this is a little apparently this video is a little different than normal, but I just think it blurs the line on what's right and what's wrong, and what respect and disrespect to the source material. But hey, that's just me. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna stop. Tell me what you think. Drop it in the comments below. Try to be nice to each other down there. And hey, if you have a comment, be respectful. That's all I ask. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Head on over to our socials. Follow us over there. Make sure you check out redbandanagaming.com. Check out our spring shop, link in the description below, where you can get all kinds of great Red Bandana Game merch. And like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.